You may never need to buy new drill bits again until they actually break. Most people blame the drill or throw the bit away when it just spins, slips, and leaves scratches all over the surface. But today I'm going to show you a simple way to make this old drill bit work again. If it succeeds, you could save money and keep a whole box of worn-out drill bits working for years. Welcome back to Dan Fix. I'm Dan. First, let's prove the problem. Take two hex nuts and place them tight against each other. The two inside edges create a simple angle close to 120 degrees. Place the tip of the drill bit into that angle. Look closely at the contact point. There is a clear gap. That tells us the two cutting lips are worn uneven or no longer meeting at the right shape. When a bit looks like this, it only skates and leaves scratches. Before we restore the bit, I want to build a guide from this piece of square steel tube. Measure about 3 inches or 8 centimeters and mark the cut line. Clamp the tube in a vise. Wear safety glasses, keep sparks away from anything flammable, and cut slowly along the mark. After the V shape is cut, grind the burrs smooth. Freshly cut steel can be razor sharp, and I do not want those edges cutting a hand or scratching the bit later. Next, place a hex nut tight against the 90-degree corner of the V-shaped steel. Use the nut as a simple reference and mark the angle. Cut along that line carefully. This little cut helps the drill bit sit in a more stable position when it touches the grinding wheel. If the guide is sloppy, the sharpening angle changes with every pass. Attach this V guide to the grinder. Unplug the grinder before adjusting anything. In this controlled setup, keep your hands away from the wheel and make sure the mounting bolt is solid. Hold the V guide in position and mark where the bolt needs to go. Use a hand drill to make one hole through the steel. Start with light pressure, so the bit does not wander. After the hole is ready, bolt the guide onto the grinder and tighten it firmly. I always check the guide before turning the machine on. Wiggle it with your hand. If it moves, stop and tighten it again. A loose guide can ruin the drill bit and create a dangerous catch. Clamp the grinder in the vise to reduce vibration. The steadier the machine is, the easier it is to sharpen both cutting lips evenly. Bring the drill bit into the guide. Watch the motion carefully. As the cutting edge touches the wheel, rotate the drill bit clockwise just like this. Use short, light passes. Do not force the steel into the wheel. We are shaping the cutting lip, not grinding the whole bit away. The goal is simple. Both cutting lips should look balanced, and the point should return to about 120 degrees at the tip. If one side is longer or lower, the bit will drill off-center and keep slipping. Heat control is very important here. After each short grinding pass, dip the drill bit into water. I do not wait until the tip turns red. If it feels hot, cool it right away. Too much heat can soften the steel at the tip, and the bit will lose its edge quickly. Keep repeating touch the wheel, rotate lift away, cool in water, and check the shape. Small steps give better control than one heavy cut. When the two cutting lips look even, test the bit again with the two hex nuts. This time the tip fits much tighter into the angle. The clear gap we saw at the beginning is almost gone. That is a good sign. Install the bit in the drill and test it on this square steel tube. At the beginning, this bit slipped and scratched the surface. Now it bites in. The cutting lips grab the metal and real chips start forming. That tells us the first method worked. Do you usually sharpen drill bits by hand with a grinder, or do you just replace them? For the second method, we'll try something even simpler. One old CD and a sheet of M240 sandpaper. Place the CD on the sandpaper, trace the circle, and cut it out. I apply super glue to the CD and press the sandpaper circle onto the face. Here is an important warning. A CD can break at high speed. I would not treat this like a real grinding disc. Use only a low-speed setup if your tool allows it. Wear eye protection and stand out of the direct line of the disc. A proper sanding disc is always safer. Mount the sanding disc and clamp the machine in the vise. To control the angle, place a small wood block under the drill bit. This block works like a simple rest, so the bit does not drop or twist. Do not hold the drill bit perfectly square to the disc. A good drill point needs a slight angle behind the cutting edge. That clearance angle lets the edge bite into metal instead of rubbing flat. If the back of the lip is too high, the bit will skate. If it is too low, the edge becomes weak. I keep the bit slightly tilted, touch one cutting lip to the sandpaper, and make a short pass. Then rotate the bit and match the second cutting lip. Work slowly. Check often. The two sides must stay equal because the center point only works when both lips cut together. If the drill bit gets warm, cool it in water again. Even with sandpaper, heat can build up at the tiny cutting edge. After a few careful passes, check the bit with the two hex nuts again. The point now sits cleanly in the angle with no obvious gap. That means the two lips are much closer to the shape we want for this test. Tell me what country you're watching from. I'd love to learn how people in your part of the world sharpen old drill bits. Look at the final result. A drill bit that seemed useless is cutting again with simple sharpening methods and a few reused materials. This will not save every bit. If a bit is cracked, bent, broken, or burned badly at the tip, replace it. But if it is only dull, worn, or slipping, the right angle can bring it back. If you found this useful, hit like, subscribe to Dan Fix, and tell me what old tool we should restore next.